Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Non-Commissioned News. I'm Jamie Goldstein, and these are the military matters that matter to us. We all know that internet searches can go real bad, real quick. You don't want to know about the conversation I had to have when my daughter Googled Pokemon X videos. But a UK member of Parliament allowed a similar mistake to go just a little too far.
Funnily enough, it was tractors I was looking at, and so I did get into another website that had a sort of very similar name. And I watched it for a bit, which I shouldn't have done.
Tractors? What did he search for? Best tractor for pulling hose? That's right, the politician was caught watching porn in Parliament's common chambers. Now, the incident that Paris was describing there was merely the first time he watched porn in Parliament. What kind of f***ing tractor videos is this guy into? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, we're putting parental controls on Parliament's Wi-Fi. That's the other thing. It's not like he got caught during an IT audit or something. He was reported by the two female colleagues staring over his shoulder. Look, mate, I get it. You want to have a quick cheeky wank at work? I ain't gonna take the piss. But fuck, man, you don't have an office? You don't have a bathroom on your floor? Go out to your car, dude. No, he sat there in the common chambers in the company of other politicians and did 2/3 of a Pee Wee Herman impression. Ha 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 ha! The Parliament member described the incident as a moment of madness and resigned shortly after being put on suspension by the Prime Minister's Conservative Party leadership. This all happened in the midst of a larger investigation involving misogyny and sexual misconduct across Parliament. But come on, guys. Like I'm supposed to take seriously any allegations like this from a governing body that identified the #1 factor of pedophilia in the UK as sexy children? The Air Force somehow decided it would be a good idea to turn to the internet and let the public vote to name its new cybersecurity mascot. I don't get it. This is how the UK's science ministry ended up with a research vessel named Bodie McBoatface. It's how Greenpeace ended up with a humpback whale named Mr. Splashy Pants. Maybe worst of all was Mountain Dew's 2012 Dub the Dew contest that asked the internet to name a new beverage. The winner of that contest? Wait for it. Hitler did nothing wrong. What the f*** does the Air Force think is gonna happen here? Especially when their mascot to be named looks like the Third Reich's answer to Captain America. I hear that the top 5 current frontrunners are Robotwat, Sergeant Schutzstaffel, R2 Queefdouche, Bender's gay brother, and the Jews did 9/11. Speaking of branches that don't matter, the Space Force is finally being recognized by the VA, right? Yeah. How about a hand for all the Guardians out there? Finally, members of our nation's newest branch of service will finally be able to experience the VA's crippling apathy and gross incompetence to which they're entitled. After all, you really can't be considered a legitimate branch of service until at least a half a dozen of your service members blow their heads off in a VA parking lot. The Coast Guard finally made the news for finally winning an award for finally doing something better than anyone else. A PETA award for its vegan chow hall options. So like, not even an award from the government. All right, listen up, puddle jumpers. You guys looked kind of cool for like a good 48 hours or so when one of your maritime interdiction dudes jumped on that drug running sum and beat the hatch open until it finally opened. All right, game recognized game player. But you took a few steps back when you boasted an award called a Proggy, short for progress, given to you by PETA, one of the most misguided organizations on the planet. Not to rain on your vegan pride parade, so congratulations. An organization that thinks that milk is a symbol of white supremacy, that eating eggs is inherently misogynistic, and that cheese is the most sexist thing you can consume, thinks you made good pasta. Maybe go ahead and change your motto from Semper Paratus to Semper Prissy. The Taliban's been on one hell of a PR kick since taking back Afghanistan from ISAF forces, with a heavy focus on rebranding as a kinder, gentler Taliban. They even did an interview with a female reporter in which they discussed women's rights.
Women's rights and a democracy. Around 2 years.
So would you believe in the democratic vote, though? So would people be allowed to vote in women politicians?
Stop paying.
Okay, that's fine. You just want to answer it. That's all right.
Silly woman. Rights are for men. But now the Taliban has banned TikTok in their country for misleading the younger generation. Taliban spokesman, Inamullah Samangani, claimed that TikTok's filthy content was not consistent with Islamic laws. Even though only 23% of Afghans have internet access, Samangani stated that the Taliban government has received a lot of complaints about the TikTok app wasting people's time. First off, who the f*** is complaining to the Taliban? What does a formal complaint to the Taliban even look like? Second, if the concern is that TikTok is wasting people's time, what else are they supposed to be doing? Abdullah, did you get all of your dirt moved today? No, all 3 of my wives made me film them doing a TikTok dance. Task and Purpose recently reported on a resurfaced report on an absolute gem of a military recruitment effort called Project 100,000. At the height of the Vietnam War, then SecDef Robert McNamara pushed to enlist 100,000 additional troops annually, all of whom were either mentally, physically, or psychologically underqualified for service. This gives me a whole new appreciation for the historical accuracy of Forrest Gump. I'd love to speak to how far we've come since then, but who remembers what the Pentagon called the New Way Forward in 2007, better known as the Surge? By the time New Way Forward recruits started making their way into theater, my unit was roughly halfway through a 12-month tour and had already invaded Sadr al-Yusufiyah. We got a boot drop, made up almost entirely of meth addicts, walking food blisters, and one dude who I'm pretty sure was literally and legally mentally retarded. Look, I know that bodies are bodies, and in a traditional war of attrition, sometimes someone who can catch a bullet is just as valuable as someone who can accurately place one. But in counterinsurgencies like Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan, I mean, Jesus, the likelihood of someone with an IQ south of 70 earning a Medal of Honor by saving his entire platoon, then bridging the diplomatic gap between the US and China by playing ping pong is slim to none. So let's just keep those boys in the Marine Corps where they belong. And on that note, smoke them if you got them.
What could have hit?